Hey, what's going on, guys? A case of mistaken identity. Have you ever been pulled over by police officers and said you fit the description of somebody that they're looking for in the area? I know I have. And quite frankly, that's actually one of the reasons why I didn't really like police officers prior to becoming a police officer, is because I've had some of these bad experiences. Not only have I had these experiences, but a few of my family members have. But now that I'm a police officer, I kind of see things a little bit differently. I see things through a different lens, and I understand kind of what goes into this. Now, before I go any further, what I do want to acknowledge is that throughout this time, throughout our history of law enforcement, there have been officers that have abused this whole "you fit the description." And what I mean by that, there have been some officers that have used that as a catch-all to say, this is why I stopped you and this is why I'm going to talk to you. But now that I'm a police officer and I kind of see things a little bit differently and I see things from a different perspective, I want you to realize that that's not always the case where officers are abusing it. As a matter of fact, most times officers aren't abusing that. They're actually probably out looking for something. All right, so now with that being said, let me go ahead and show you guys a video that comes to us out of Virginia Beach, where officers contact a man that's in the mall with his family. It looks like he's enjoying some lunch, and they say he matches a description of somebody and they escort him outside. Let's take a brief look.
What? Second, bro, you do this in public? You can't come and walk outside.
What did he do? We
In
just
front of my family?
I'm gonna talk to you, okay?
But he did nothing. Y'all got the wrong person. We don't even have a black truck.
A black truck, bro?
We don't have a
When
black
did
truck. We
you-
just came to the mall.
What
did he say?
But you know, I know. We'll record this. I'm taking out the court, bro.
Okay, but don't snap.
serious?
But what did he do?
No, you
gonna let me talk to you?
You lucky you got these cuffs on me. Take me
Babe,
to,
don't snap.
Take me to the
It's
front,
fine.
yo.
But what did he
Take me
do?
to the front now.
Can
Y'all
you
gonna
tell
bury
us
me
we
in
just
front
came
of
with
my
our family? We don't even have a black truck.
No, get off me. Don't
Jamar, don't snap. Wait a second. Come here. Come report this. Report. Follow them. Follow them. What did he do? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Get this blade straight to me, nigga.
Jamar, what are you doing? Y'all fucking racist as fuck. We ain't here with our family.
Are you serious right now, dog?
What? No, y'all, this is so fucking
Get off me, bro,
embarrassing.
and get these cuffs
We
off
are with our family. I got my baby here, a newborn. Why do y'all have him?
and get these cuffs.
But what did he do? He didn't do anything.
I know
Wrong got my ass. We with our fucking kids. You don't do that. That is so. You know what's going on in the fucking world today. We with our fucking
I'm going
kids.
to jail. We take
We
these
don't
cuffs
do
off. I
nothing. We
gotta
stay in
see
the house. He didn't do
you.
nothing.
Yo, get
Do
off
you
of
know
me
how
and
embarrassing
take-
that is?
Your man just said it's
You
the wrong
can't
man.
fucking-
He's still on me?
Might be the wrong one.
It is the wrong person. We told
Come down.
you asked him
No.
about a black truck, and we said y'all didn't even give him.
No.
Okay.
Y'all didn't give him a chance to explain. You said, do you have a black truck?
All right, so now that we've seen that video, for some of you guys, this video is probably going to get you fuming, because you're going to look at it as like these officers just saw the color of this man's skin and they told him that he was matching the description. For others, if you're a police officer, you're going to understand exactly what they did and how they did it. But before we move forward, what I have to acknowledge is that the officers throughout this contact were extremely professional. They were professional in the way they talked to him. They were professional in giving him directions to come out of the store. And they were also very professional in explaining to his wife or his girlfriend, whoever it was, of what actually was occurring. And so that being said, that right there should move this into the category as not actually using this as an excuse to detain somebody. So the officers explained to the man's wife that, hey, we're looking for somebody. He actually was a black man that had dreads, was wearing all black, and he was with a person that was wearing red, which they have somebody detained that also was wearing red. And so once the officers quickly find out that he is not the person that they were looking for, they release him. So why am I making this video? The reason I'm making this video is, I'm not going to lie, it sucks. When you have been mistaken for somebody that's not you, it makes you fuming. It's embarrassing, like the man said. Very, very embarrassing. But at the same time, as citizens and community members, if an officer is contacting you and saying, hey, look, you match the description of somebody, we just got to talk to you, I don't know if it's appropriate that we should make a scene, because that actually, one, only leads to more embarrassment for you and your family, but two, it makes the officer's job harder. Again, I've been in your shoes in scenarios where people have said I look suspicious in a neighborhood and therefore I was detained by police officers. But at the same time, I didn't make a scene because I was extremely upset by being contacted with my family. I'm not the only one in my family that's happened to. So as a police officer, I've gone and done this before. I've actually was looking for somebody, they matched the description, I detained them, and as soon as I found out that that's not the person we were looking for, I apologized to them. I said, hey, I'm sorry that we were inconvenienced to you, and I sent them on their way. And if they needed any other information or needed to talk to a supervisor, I was more than kind to give that to them. And that's how we should act as officers when we realize that, hey, this isn't the person we're looking for. And that's what those officers did here. The last thing I'm going to say is this can also actually happen when you're actually driving a vehicle. There's been plenty of times where a crime has just occurred and somebody will give the description of a truck or a SUV or a car and say this is the car that was involved in the crime. What if we're investigating a homicide? What if we're investigating a robbery? Whatever it may be, and you just so happen to be in the area and your vehicle or what you're wearing or what you look like matches that description. And the reason I say what you look like, because I've had that happen to me as well, where somebody looks just like the person or the suspect that we're looking for. Police officers aren't always out to get you, and I realize that some of you guys feel that way, and in some cases that's absolutely true, where you may have police officers in your community that are out to get you. But a majority of us aren't, and when we're looking for somebody to do our job appropriately, sometimes we may have to detain you, and the only way we can get through that together is officers, we need to be professional to the people that we're contacting, and the person that we're contacting, please understand that we have a job to do and that we want to do it the right way. And as long as we're professional and respectful to you, please give us that decency to give us that respect in return. So I hope this video gives you guys a little bit more insight as to what goes into the thought process when officers detain you saying that you match the description of somebody that was just involved in a recent crime. Thanks again and God bless.